Hey, what's going on, guys? So today I'm with Bardock Golden, and he's bringing to you his Bardocks crew deck that he's been consistently topping with for a couple months now at locals.
Hey guys, it's me, Bardock Golden. Yeah, this deck is really awesome. Just for you guys that don't know what it does, the Bardock's True Leader. So whenever you play Bardock's Crew, you actually get to draw a card. The really cool thing about this is it is only on your turn on the unawakened side. The really cool thing is that you can do it turn one. Okay, so turn one, you're gonna play a one drop hopefully, and then you'll get to either search. Well, I'll show you the other cards what they do, but you'll be drawing two cards, so you're already getting an advantage turn one. And then on the awakened side, same thing, except that now when you play a Bardoc's Crew card on either player's turn, you'll get to draw a card, and then when you attack, you get to combo with one yellow Bardoc's Crew card with 5,000 combo power from your drop, and its skills are negated. So you're automatically going to get to Z charge for free, which is really awesome. And then another ability, which is similar to the Majin Vegeta, you get to choose one of your Bardoc's Crew cards in your battle area, switch it to rest mode, and then choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards in rest mode and KO it.
So
So
yeah,
we'll take a look.
that's really good because when you get to combo from the drop, you get Z energy really quick.
Yeah, you do. And I have some cards in the deck that it just makes the deck flow really well together. So right here, we kind of have our turn one play slash mulligans. These are all great cards. You don't really have to get the Borgos, the counterplay Borgos turn one, but you're going to definitely want them for the unison when you play the unison to help protect it. So basically, you want the Bardock's True Leader or Shigesh. Basha's always good, and then if you get the unison, that's awesome. But the deck is really consistent with finding the unison. So, for example, if you play either Bardock's Crew or Shigesh, you're going to draw two cards. So if you play Shigesh, you just straight up draw two. But if you play Bardock's Crew, you get to search the top five, searching for your unison if you don't have it, and then you get to draw a card. And when I play, I found that it's always better to search the top five first and then draw. Since the autos that occur on your turn, you're the turn player. You get to choose. You get to choose which order. And then the fascia is always good too. You discard it, activate main, you discard it, and then you search the top five for any Bardock's True card less or the two cost unison. So it's really good. And
There-
then the cool thing about the Borgos, so when you pay two for your unison, hopefully, well, you will have four Bardock's Crew so in play, and it could be like in play in your discard, in your Z energy, or in your energy. You get to awaken. So turn two, you're going to play Ine. You're going to get to play one of these one drops for free, and then it's going to switch to rest mode. So off of that, you'll get plus one marker. You get to draw a card. Then you get to do either if you play Shigesh or Bardock's Crew Leader, you get to do their effects as well. And since that's your first card being played on the turn for Bardock's Crew, you'll get to draw for your leader as well. So essentially, you'll be getting three cards that turn. And you untap one energy, you go down to 6 life, and then you're also drawing a card. It's really awesome. So with the Borgos, with that one energy, you're going to want to save it. So they're going to attack probably your unison with their leader. Hopefully they don't have a battle card out, but if they do, you'll take that hit too. But as soon as they play something else, you hit it with Borgos, and then Borgos will rest mode it, and then you'll draw a card.
yeah, that's really good. There's so many times where I've tried to clear Unison, but you have a Borgos in hand, and then usually you follow it up with a Vegeta.
Yeah, and that's the cool thing too is that you don't want to play Vegeta first because if you play Vegeta first, then you can't use Borgos because he stops your other counterplays. So yeah, and if you play something else, I can definitely play him, and he's a blocker, the Vegeta. So it's really awesome. I wouldn't play. I try to avoid playing the Unison against aggro decks if I don't have at least one of these guys, in my hand, or in the gate, because if you lose your Unison right away, it does slow you down.
Okay, yeah, I've noticed that sometimes it'll delay the Unison play.
I will, because you can still awaken, or you can even hold off on awakening because you know you have the life for it. It's fine. So here we have these apes, the Shagesh and the Borgos. They both do similar things. Once you have four or more Bardocks crew in play, like again, same thing with the leader. Um, you can pay one, and you activate main, pay one, and I believe the Shagesh, he you play him, and then he KOs something that's in rest mode right off the bat. And then the Borgos does the same thing, except that he rest modes something. So depending on what you need, you can either rest mode a card, play this guy, and then you can KO something. The cool thing is too is that you can use your leader's effect to rest mode these apes, and then since you use the leader effect, or since you rest moded them with a skill, they restand. So you're going to get a lot of value out of them. And plus, for one energy, when you play them, you're also going to draw a card with your Bardocks True Leader. And then also, if you rest moded them, you're going to set off your Yugine leader, her +1 marker, because when you rest mode one of your cards using one of your skills on your turn, then you also get to draw. So you'll be getting to draw like 2 cards consistently each turn. That's the goal, anyways. While also KOing them, KOing their battle cards, and then putting their cards in rest mode. And then the grade 8 Fasha, the 3-drop, you just want to kind of keep her in her deck. You don't want to charge her either unless you have to, because there's 2 ways to play her out. What you could do is you can use the grade 8 Bardock, the Sand, the 4-drop, and you can activate main. You can bottom deck one of your cards and then you draw a card. So if you do have grade 8 Fasha in your hand, you could actually bottom deck her and then draw a card. And then when he plays, he has deflect, but he has an on play auto for another yellow energy. And you get to play 2 grade 8s with their skills negated. I believe it's 3 cost or less. Might be 4 cost or less. But so you can play the grade 8 Fasha. She's a 30k beater, and then you can play another one of these apes as well. But their skills are negated. But if they stick, they're going to put in work next round, next turn. Also, there's an alternate way to get the Bardock out. If you haven't used your auto on Gine, you can neg 3 markers on her and play the Bardock's True for free. And then you pay 1 energy for his auto, which it does come in handy. Like, just being able to do that could really catch a lot of people off guard.
Yeah, so not only are you putting a lot of 3-drop 20k, 30k pressure out, but all these 1-drops are 10ks throughout the game for the most part.
That's right. I forgot about that too. Yeah. So so you're gonna have more hand size, and even if you're playing these guys, you don't have to swing with all of them. But let's say, you have Bardock's crew, maybe 2 Shigesha, you can swing with one and then combo, and that's like 20k right there.
Yeah,
Or whatever, however you want to do it. It's just extra pressure.
and don't forget about this card right here that can also apply more pressure.
Yeah, one of our other buddies and locals, he showed me this card actually, and this one is awesome. So it's like a deluge, but Bardock's crew. So it gives you 10k. So you play one of these apes, you're swinging. They're like, oh yeah, 20k double strike, no big deal. And now you turn it into 30k, and you could even super combo on top of that, and it's caught a lot of people off guard as well. And so they're forced to take that hit because you want to get them to at least 2 life, and that's when the game gets really scary for them. So these are the new additions here from the most recent set.
Set
The
in
Goku is
promos.
really cool. Yeah, uh, he's really cool. He comes out, 2 energy. When you're Z awakened, he puts in a lot of work. He's an option. I only have 2. I mean, 1. You could cut him because I actually haven't got to use him that much. Because usually when I awaken, I win. So
So
and
are you
then
saying he's more
the
like a side deck option? Like,
like I put him in there to see how it would do as an option to have, but I feel like I may just cut it, and then that way my deck is a little more consistent, because I it's not like Manja Vegeta. I when I awaken, I'm usually doing it on the kill turn because when you do awaken, your draw power goes down, especially if you don't have a unison. Because when you awaken, you only draw when you combo with a Bardocks crew. So you're just replacing the card, you're not gaining any advantage.
Yeah, yeah. So I know the Goku is really good in certain decks, but I can see why you'd want to cut it because all your apes are taking your energy, and you probably want to leave energy open for defense.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean it's a 30K, so I mean I could just play an ape instead and get the draw card. So yeah. And then the Vegito, since I Z charge, like turn two, I mean you could already have two Z energy. So that's another option too. And maybe if you don't have the Borgos, they play something, you counterplay with Vegito, you've got a blocker. And if they play something else, then you have, your Vegeta. So you're gonna have turn two, it's easy to get Z energy because when you swing, you're already Z charging for free, which is awesome.
Yeah, and not only that, like now they got a rest mode card, so when it comes back to your turn, if they rest moded some of their battle cards, you can just pop them with these guys and leader effect. And
Exactly. Yeah. It just works really well. And then when I do Z Awaken, I have this guy as a backup just in case, so I can go a little hard and still have some defense, or I could even play him for free for extra pressure, which is a really good option.
yeah, that card is pretty good. I've been liking him in Spirit Bomb.
Yeah, I mean, you guys got to get some copies of him. He's great. So, um, I get tired of every deck having the Krillin. I understand it's really awesome, but excited to be able to use this guy right here, the because again, since I get the Z energy so fast, he's live. So people can't they try to lock you down to where you can't use your super combos until they're ready to just kill you. This guy's live like my turn two, turn three, turn two. He's live, so I can just start putting extra pressure with my apes, and in combination with Fasha Delusion Power, it's just really good. And then we have the SCR, which is it's just amazing. Um, Especially when you awaken. So the ideal play is you swing with Bardock on the awaken side. You combo for free for the 5K, and then you can Z awaken, right? You Z awaken. Now you're at 25K, 20K base plus the five with double strike. And he has an ability where you can activate main. We'll go more into that later, but yeah, you activate that ability, you get more attack power, and then you combo with the SCR, and it's just a lot of damage, a lot of attack power to get over. Plus, he comes into play when he's done, draws a card, and rest modes a card. It's a lot of pressure.
Yeah, and he does that play a lot. I've seen him do that probably almost every game.
Yeah, funny enough, it's true. Yeah, like I'm able to pull that off pretty consistently because the deck it does run larger than most, but it thins itself and draws so much that I almost get I get the SCR like I don't know 90% of my games so far. It's really awesome.
So you got
And
this
then
Bardock as a one of.
yeah, I had to, but I had to make space for other stuff, and that's the only thing. The downside about this deck is that you do need a large number of Bardocks crew. He is a Bardocks crew, which is cool, but you need a lot of them in order to do your thing. He is really neat though, because if they have three energy, you can activate main, rest mode something, and then you play him for free. And so you basically just draw a card off of him as well if you're awakened. So and he's 50. So if they like token negate, you're like, all right, cool, no problem. You can use this guy, rest mode their token, draw a card, and he's a 15K beater for free. And then you can combo with Delusion Power, and now he's 25K. It's like holy crap.
Yeah, that card's really good. I like it when they do a token negate and you just play this and rest mode it.
I'm not gonna lie, it feels really good.
Yeah,
It's like they got no value out of that. They just took a life. So
and then I think these are all your extra cards. A lot of one ofs. I see.
yeah, it was really hard to
Decide what you
it was
want.
really hard to exactly. So I kind of put a little bit of everything, and keep in mind this list particularly is for our locals. So I have the Black Kamehameha. It's really good. I have the one of Nimbus. the release from evil, because you want your unison out, you want to keep it out. This is actually really cool. I've stopped people from awakening the turn they wanted to. You get rid of those nasty double strikes, all that kind of good stuff. Time magic's also really good. Dual attackers, it's sparking, so that's awesome. And then you got to have this if you're yellow. That's one of tyrannical blow with all the floodgates. I think two is the way to go. And then final flash. I really like that card as well. It's a great card. And so the reason why I ran four Vegetos over the Mecha Freezes is because I don't have enough extra cards to get the Mecha Freeze alive. And you don't want to charge extra cards like other yellow decks. You want to charge your Bardocks crew. That way you can awaken at turn two and start putting on that pressure on turn three. Um, so that's why I had them in there, but they were just dead cards for most of the game. Sometimes late game they would be live, but it wasn't worth it. So I just cut them.
Do you think you'd ever side him in for certain matchups?
Um, they might be really useful. Maybe against blue because blue might go late game, and then maybe another yellow deck possibly.
Because I mean, one
That
one play I'm thinking of, you could always flying Nimbus and pitch an extra card, and that would be two extra cards right there gone, and mechas would be instantly live.
Yeah, they would. It's just hard to get because I only run. The
Yeah,
space is so tight. So, but that would be awesome. But it is hard to get all those extra cards in your hand, because you are searching and deck thinning, but it's only for Bardock's crew. It's just kind of weird.
yeah. So you pretty much got to draw into these.
You do. So you draw them off your leader effect, or you don't, because you can't search them out or anything like that.
Okay.
And so here's the Overwhelm. Yeah, this guy, I'm glad they brought him back. He's really awesome. Again, he's good to get rid of the token negates and any other blocker that might be in your way when you're trying to go for the kill turn. You can just play him, get rid of him, and try to go for game. I've actually played him too when I know like they lock me down, like or I'm under Mecha Freeze on myself. I played him defensively, I guess you would say, just to get rid of the board. Maybe clear two 3-cost battle cards to get rid of extra pressure. And then the Swift Retaliation Cooler. It's an amazing card, especially with this deck. So, like I said earlier, when you're swinging with the leader, and if it's double strike, they don't know you have. Hopefully, they won't know you have double strike in your Z leader. So they don't negate. It's like, oh yeah, 15k, no problem. You're gonna get all those effects. You're gonna hit them for double strike. If they do know about it and they negate, you can counter with this, and more than likely, since it's late game, that attack's going to go through, or they're gonna have to dump hand just to stay alive. So it's really awesome to have this in your hand and the super combo, which again I've been able to pull that off quite consistently.
All right. So have you ever thought about maybe cutting the Goku for another Overwhelm to help clear the board more?
Definitely, yeah, I could definitely see that. I feel like the Goku, I haven't been able to use it. It's kind of cute, but like usually I'll get it too early. I like the timing. It's all about timing, right? So
Yeah.
usually I get it too early and I end up charging it or pitching it. So yeah, I could definitely see switching that for another Overrealm or anything else really that would be more useful.
All right. So let's go into the Z deck.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Your favorite card.
Yeah, this guy. I mean, there's not yellow doesn't really have too many options, but this guy, he can put in a lot of work. He has that auto where if they play something, you can just pitch one of your Z energy. And again, you're going to have a lot of Z energy. I've had, 10, 12 Z energy stacked up sometimes. So you just pitch it when they play something, as long as he's in rest mode, which, you're going to swing. And you can negate its skills, which is really good. And also, I believe when you play him, you can lock down something, either a leader card or a unison, I think, in battle card maybe.
I think
You
it's a
can lock
leader
down
card
some.
or a battle card.
Yeah. So Usually, I would lock down the leader card because I'm grinding and I want their hand size down so I can kill them. So they, most leaders when they swing they draw. So usually that's what I'll do. Or maybe it's a really nasty battle card. I'll do that. And two oolong. So oolong is really a good card. You can play it kind of early because you're gonna have plenty of Z energy, and you can get that extra pressure. If they play something big, a lot of people, they're playing like the 30Ks for one energy now. So if they do that, you can play it, copy, you can either swing into it to KO it, or you can just swing 30K to the face of the leader and get your money's worth for one energy. It's pretty good.
Yeah, Oolong is a very good card, especially paired up with a Mira.
Yeah. Yeah, and that would be another card to add here too. Mira is really great. So this is the Z leader that I talked about. So the only thing you do need is you do need one energy and three Z energy, but it's a really good card. It's base 20K, double strike. So when you swing, you don't get any effects on swing, but when you combo with a Bardocks crew, you get to draw a card. So like I said earlier, you do all those other things, and then if you combo, with a Bardocks crew, you'll get to draw an additional card. So I mean, you can really put a lot of damage on this leader swing. And then he has an activate battle where for each Bardocks crew member, different names, character names, you get 3K for the battle. Only on your turn though. So I think you can get up to, I want to say maybe like 12K out of that possibly. So it's pretty cool. And then you also have the same thing on the Waken side, except at this time it KOs two cards, which can be pretty useful too.
Yeah, a lot of board removal in this deck.
Yeah, so the thing that Manja Vegeta has this problem with is that it doesn't switch things to rest mode too well. I mean, unless you're having the Black Kamehameha and stuff like that. But I feel like Bardock does it a little better. That's just my opinion, of course.
Yeah,
And this guy can come in handy. He's just a deflect, dual attack, um, 15K. So I mean, if you use the delusion power with him, that's 25K. You could catch people slipping. And I have a one of a Vegeta, just in case I need a little push to get to the 3 life, because you do need 3 life to be at 3 life to awaken with the Z leader. So I have him in there just in case. Or also, if I don't have the right pieces, they tend to be in my life, so I can play him and help get unstuck.
yeah. So I noticed you're not running the 3-drop Majin Vegeta that can kill stuff ignoring barrier.
Yeah, I did have him in here at one point, and I guess I could cut out the Gohan, but I don't think that guy has any protection, right? He's
Um,
just got no deflect and no barrier.
yeah, no, I don't. I think he has a dual attack.
Yeah. So 3 energy, it's
What he
just
might have deflects. Let me see. No, no, no deflect.
yeah. Yeah, so I felt like 3 energy. There's so much more I could do with 3 energy. I could play two of my apes, and I could rest mode with 2 apes. I could rest mode a card and KO 2 cards. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So, and that's like one dual attack and one double strike. So I feel like just this deck just doesn't need it. You could totally run it though, and it's just player preference.
okay. Yeah, I can see that. So you have no problems clearing barrier?
Yeah, barrier I do run into problems with. I can't KO them because none of the effects do ignore it. Usually, I'll just swing into it with my apes, and then I'll deluge of power 30K KO it. I also have Final Flash in there for real nasty, nasty cards.
Yeah,
But generally, you're putting on so much pressure that hopefully you're disrupting their plans, so they won't be able to play anything too annoying.